Congressman Jason Chaffetz has done his homework. Last week, Congressman Chaffetz went on the record about the problems at the U.S.-Mexico border, so we gave him a homework assignment to come up with solutions to the illegal immigration mess. And tonight, Congressman Chaffetz is back. So what did he come up with, Congressman? Thank you very much for doing your homework. It's very sweet of you. Very kind.
Well, thanks for asking, because this has been punted for too long, and we have a huge major problem. Millions of people, they're real human beings, real lives. And we got to start by fixing legal immigration. I want the fence to work. I want the border to be secure. But if you don't fix legal immigration, you never ever solve this problem. And you've got to get rid of the rewards and incentives that you give people to come here illegally. They're these magnets, and part of that is jobs. And so I think Verify, which has been introduced previously, is a big part of that solution. You also need an exit entry program. Right now, you come into this country, but when you leave, we never know. And 40% of the people that are here illegally came here legally. They come, they like it, but they never leave.
So what do we do? I mean, we can't go and hunt everybody down who's overstayed a visa who came here legally. How are we going to find them?
Well, look, if you have to use E-Verify and document that you're here legally in order to get a job, that's going to be a big part of it. But right now, a lot of people are taking advantage of, they're called OTMs, other than Mexicans, people who come here. I saw it on the border when I was there, Romanians who were coming in. And they want to be captured because guess what? They're going to get into a process where they're going to get a court date, and then they're going to get another court date in about 2 or 3 months. And guess what? In Phoenix, right now, there are only 3 administrative judges. And by the way, I think they should be federal judges, not administrative judges, because I think it should actually be the third branch of government, not the administration, who's making these determinations, which is a big, huge, heavy lift and a fix. But right now in Phoenix, if you get a court date because you're here illegally, guess what your date is? 2020. In the meantime, you get health care, you get education, you get all of these other benefits.
Here's the other problem. One of the proposals by the bipartisan that we hear that's leaking out is that there'll be a path to citizenship about 10 or 12 years. And I mean, the one thing we haven't looked at is a lot of them will have families and children. Yeah. So we've got this problem is that if for some reason someone doesn't make the mark, we don't. If building a border fence is a prerequisite and that doesn't happen, so now we've got these people who can't have their path to citizenship for whatever. They've got children who are citizens.
Well, and those are the heartbreaking tales.
What are we going to do?
Well, the kids are a special exception. Of course, I mean, somebody who's here, who's so young, there was no fault of their own. They were 3 months old when they were brought here. It's the only country they know.
But they're actually legal. I mean, people will be here during the process.
Yeah, look, these are United States citizens.
They may not have parents may not be citizens, yeah, but the children are.
I happen to be one that thinks we should change the whole birthright citizenship approach that we have currently in this country. But given the current law, given the way it works now, these are United States citizens. Of course we're going to look after them.
Are you satisfied that we can come up with a solution to deal with the 11 million are here who are not legally here, and that there's going to be a bipartisan decision, and that we can once and for all put this to rest?
There is no other conclusion than we have to do that. I happen to believe that comprehensive, which I worry is code word for amnesty, I really worry that that has been tried and failed. At some point it becomes, there's something in there for everybody to hate, and it dies. I think you should take it in a piecemeal approach. I actually passed an immigration bill last year. Didn't get much ink, didn't hear much about it, but it dealt with high-skilled immigrants, it dealt with family-based visas, it was very bipartisan. There were only 15 people in the House that voted against it. It helped fix legal immigration. It would have helped hundreds of thousands of people. Take that one step at a time. That's going to be a much better solution than one size fits all, and I just hope it gets properly vetted.
Thank you for coming here and being a good sport about your homework. Thank you. Coming up, new intelligence.